Welcome to Open Mind Industries Podcast, The Mind Unleashed. Sit back, relax, and unleash your mind.
Check it. Hey guys, welcome to episode 41. It has been a while. It has. First off, as we always do, let's give a few shout outs to our supporters. The first one is going to be Lyft, the ride sharing app. Use our code TMUP for, I believe, 15-20 bucks off your first couple rides. I might be wrong on that. I do apologize. Matter of fact, let me check it for you. I'll do a quick check. Let's see. Let's go on their website real quick. And I don't know why I'm doing this for you, but I'm going to make sure, because I'm not going to be a liar on my podcast. We're going to go to Open Mind. I can tell you how long this has been in my life. I believe. I should have our website, honestly, guys, on our, there we go. Industries, spellolly.com. Bada bing, bada boom. Like I said, the offer code does change. I want to make sure that I'm correct for you guys. Gonna go to menu, gonna go to our supporters. On the offer code. Looks popping up right now. No, I don't need Lyft. I want to know. It pops up. Lyft, and I don't want Lyft. Use code. No, it won't. Oh my lord, it won't even let me. Check it out. Wow, that's new. Anyway. I lied. Anyway, guys, I believe it's $5 off your first couple rides. It should be around the 10 to 20 range. I might be wrong. Like I said, the code does change weekly. That was weird. I hopped into the app and it did some weird stuff. And it was like, no, you want to go here? No, I don't want to go here. I wanted to find out what the code is for these lovely people who listen to the podcast and watch the podcast. Anyway, type in our code TMUP, and that should give you guys a few bucks off your first couple rides with Lyft. Also, if you're looking to get a home on the market, or you have some really good cinematic footage for a property, for a film, for a short film, check out CAS. CAS is Cinematic Aerial Services. What Daniel does is goes around with his DJI drone, and he does some amazing drone shootings. He does weddings, corporate events, comedy things, photo touch-ups for your properties. Just if you're trying to get your home or house on the market for your clients, he's the one you want to check out. He's going to be charging you guys $179 per property. That's a really good deal. Use our code OMI, and he'll do that deal for you guys. Hook you up. He just actually helped somebody out get a home on the market and sold. It looked really, really good the way he did some adjustments for her in her brochure. And the house got sold, so wonderful for him and her. Also, please check out Weiss Productions. Weiss Productions is a wedding company who does wedding photography. And what he does is he does corporate events, weddings. He makes it look beautiful. He's been traveling a lot to different weddings and getting them done professionally. Really, really budget friendly. Use our code OMI and you'll get 20% off when you book your next package with him. And God, you're not going to regret using that package. Also, please check out Strauman Law. Strauman Law hooked us up with our trademark and took care of us and got our stuff done. We are now registered with USPTO, so it's really cool. I have him as a trademark and branding attorney to protect our brand, our stuff like that, and it's been amazing, and I'm grateful for him. And a huge shout out to Strauman Law. Also, please check out Angie Connors. Angie Connors has been hooking us with our home up in Mount Dora, Florida. Just a few more months, we should be in that home, hopefully. We'll see what happens. Still waiting. But check out Angie Connors. Links will be down below in the description. Also, if you want to support the podcast in any way, please use our Patreon link. You can donate $1. That's all I'm asking. You'll get credit. You'll get a few things. I don't know what to put on our Patreon. I don't want to charge you guys for something that, you're getting for free. But anything to help me out, keep our budget and stuff like that would be amazing. Because I want to do some more videos. I want to do some more 3D printing stuff. I want to help you guys. I want to help do all this good stuff. But it's hard to do when you have minimum funds coming in. Anyway, let's go to the podcast. This is going to be very geek-oriented. It's been a while I've been wanting to do this for... A vein is popping out of my forehead. I have no idea fucking why. Coffee? What did you do to me? If you hear some noise, I've got the fan going on over here, and then I have the MacBook Pro editing episode 40. You can tell how long it's been for me not doing a damn podcast. But this one's going to be very geek-oriented, very gaming-oriented, because I have a few games that I want to discuss with you guys. And some Star Trek nerdy news. We all know, we've all seen it. Patrick Stewart has signed on to be Picard once again. Holy shit. Really excited about that. And my thing is, I was talking with Michael the other day when I was beating God of War, and I literally spent a couple of days literally just fucking around God of War, fighting through it, really punching through the thing. I had to literally go on YouTube a little bit to find out some, hidden on how the hell do I beat this guy, because I was getting a little frustrated in some areas. I'm like, oh crap, what buttons do I hit, or is there a secret fucking code I need to punch in, or what's this sequence? And there really wasn't any. Just F him up, fuck him up, punch him, kick him, punch him, kick him, dodge, learn the rhythm of what these characters were doing. So it's like learn the rhythm. Same thing as like in the Second Son, like you had to learn her rhythm. Like the end boss was like, she would go this way, she would go left, then you jump, and then you go left way, and then this way, and then she would spin. She'd learn from what you were doing, and then fucking it was insanity. And that's what I felt like God of War was. I had it on just easy, and I was like, I had it on normal, and I always play games on normal. And then the only game I actually ended up putting on hard, I believe, was Uncharted 4, because I was like, let me really sit down and play this for a week and see what happens. And I'm like, oh my god. And loved it. Loved playing it on hard. It really gave me a good balance of story and funness, and I really was like, this game! But I loved it. What was I telling you about? Shit, I'm losing track of my brain here. So I ended up beating God of War and just loving the hell out of it. But I was talking about Picard. That's right. So I was talking with Mike, and I hopped on because he was pretty much playing Destiny 2. He's been back into that again, and because we already beat Far Cry and shit like that. So Picard back as Picard, or Jean-Luc Picard. Patrick Stewart, Sir Patrick Stewart, back as Picard. I am rambling. But yeah, we started talking about it, and it's been all over the news and IGN and all these companies, and all of a sudden I was like, holy shit. I was telling Mike about it. Mike was like, have you heard? And I'm like, what, Patrick Stewart coming back as Picard? And Mike keeps forgetting that I'm a Star Trek fan, especially a TNG fan. I did watch the original series. I don't know what the hell that was. That was weird. Watched the original series over and over again. I have it on Netflix. I watch it. I watched Next Generation. Wasn't really a big fan of Voyager. I'm not really a big Voyager. I mean, I love Janeway to death. Deep Space Nine, not so much. My girlfriend, her uncle worked on Deep Space Nine as a cast member, so he was like ripping stuff like that, and he did a lot of stuff on the set for them for DS9, Deep Space Nine, and because I think she actually has his crew jacket at her in Colorado, so she was like telling me about it. She was like geeking out about it. Anyway, she's a big Janeway fan, but Patrick coming back as Picard. And the thing that I kind of told Michael was like, what Picard is he going to be? Is he going to be an admiral? Is he going to be this? And Mike started to just stop listening to me talk like babble about it. I was like, well, on TNG, he finally retired, went back to France. Geordi meets him at the end of it, and they just start going over all these old missions that they were on together and stuff like that. And Patrick's got a long beard, and he's just, his old hag. He looks like kind of like Gandalf, pretty much, from Lord of the Rings. And, they're talking and stuff like that, and they're saying, it's been a hell of a run. We went through all this stuff, I can't believe you retired. What are you doing now, Geordi? And Geordi's like, I'm kind of retiring too, but I've been kind of on leave. I wanted to see you and stuff like that. So I don't know how Patrick's going to play in the new one, but I'm super excited. He's probably going to be an admiral. He's not going to be just a cameo either. What they're saying is he's actually going to be in it. And it's funny because I was telling Mike about Patrick Stewart, from Nerdist and stuff like that, because I listen to Nerdist and a few other, Idiot now, it's called Idiot, ID10T, and when he had Will Wheaton and then Patrick on, stuff like that, when Chris Hardwick had them on, and Patrick says it all the time, says it in many YouTube videos, that he, pretty much when he got into Star Trek, when Season 1, you can even tell in Season 1, he really didn't he was just very, like you said, he was very theater. He wasn't jokative. He was very stern with his character. He didn't know, this, that, and the other thing. Because he came from the Royal Shakespeare Company, and he was just like, Jonathan Francis and everybody else was fucking Gates McFadden. All those guys were just fucking around. Brent Spiner were all fucking around on set. When they would say cut between sets, they'd be fucking around, having fun, and just really enjoying, the run. And I remember Patrick one day, I guess they were on take 3 or take 4, but one scene, and Patrick just fucking lost it. This is what he said. And he went, how dare you guys, we're getting paid to do a job, and you're busy fucking around, and we're trying to get this done, and people looked at Patrick and told him to lighten up, and he just fucking ran off and just, huffed and puffed and stuff like that. And then, he didn't realize, this is what a set is, what a film set is. And that was because he came from the Royal Shakespeare Company, where it's like this point A, point B, point C. There's really no deviation between takes, and there is really no takes. You're performing in front of a live crowd, blah, blah, blah. But then he said by, mid-run of season 1, he started kind of loosening up the people. He started having fun. And he started kind of realizing what everybody was kind of loving about it, because you don't know when your run's going to end. You don't know if the pilot's going to take off. You don't know if you're going to get renewed for season 2, and it's really hard. I talked to a friend right now. He's working on his podcast, and he's kind of burning out of things to say, and he's just I don't know if I want to keep going with this. I'm enjoying it, but I don't know who to talk to next. I don't know what my stylized should be. It's a podcast, me without anything want, do it. Just keep going. But like Patrick said, he said, I think it was mid of season 1 or season 2, he started getting season 2, he started goofing off, he started having fun, he started smiling, he started laughing, because he realized it was fun, it was a fun job, it's I get to pretend to be a captain of a spaceship, and we're going on these crazy adventures through space, and we're meeting all these new characters. The one thing he did say, he was the funny part, I think between takes, if LeVar Burton would fall asleep behind his visor because nobody could really tell. So the only way that they knew one day, because they're LeVar was it was a long-winded speech, I think Patrick Stewart had to say. And all of a sudden they heard LeVar Burton snoring behind his visor. That's the only way they knew that he fell asleep. And then there was one that Patrick Stewart, is there anything that we'll never see? Because he told Chris Hardwick, is there anything we're never going to see, that you guys could have got caught on film, or... He's I don't know what the film is. You'll never see the light of day because it either got burned or destroyed or something like that. He's but there's the blue screen where me and Jonathan Franks are sitting there, and we're supposed to and I'm giving this, telling this guy about all this shit, and then this alien's supposed to pop up on the monitor on the blue screen, and Jonathan Franks and me are just standing there doing this scene, and all of a sudden, and they're the alien says something you're gonna die or some shit like that. Prepare to be boarded. And Patrick Stewart jumps into his arms, Jonathan Frank's arms, and goes, help, we're all gonna die! And I was oh my god, I would live to see that any day of the week, seeing Patrick Stewart the way he is, and Jonathan Franks the way he is, just holding him in his arms, and oh my god. That would have been so brilliant. And Chris Hardwick lost it on his podcast. And look for it. It's on Nerdist. Look for ID10T because it's not under Nerdist anymore. It's ID10T under the Apple podcast thing or anywhere you guys can hit your pods. It's on there. But listen to the Patrick Stewart one because he makes fun of Will Wheaton. You can just see how much playful he is. But I thought it was beautiful. I just thought how beautiful seeing him come back and found because Star Trek really is what he's known for here in the U.S. But over in England, it's been in the Royal Shakespeare Company. He's in a lot of theater shows. He's very into theater. He's just like Hugh Jackman. Hugh Jackman's very, very into theater, and I love going onto Facebook and watching Hugh Jackman and Ian McKellen just talk on the Graham Norton show. It was on Facebook, and I was watching. I started laughing my ass off because Ian McKellen's just Ian McKellen. He's just so fucking cool. But seeing Patrick and Stewart and Ian McKellen just talk and just about things that they've done or shows, but I think Ian McKellen also said he was talking to Hugh Jackman, and Hugh Jackman was yeah, I was at the theater, and you were there before I was, but I want to thank you because he was talking to Ian McKellen, and he was he's I got your dressing room. And Ian's my dressing room? Oh, honey, if I knew it was you, I would have left something there for you. The Jew. It was so beautiful. And Ian McKellen's awesome. And But yeah, like, who is Patrick Stewart going to be? Who's he going to play? Who's Jean-Luc going to be? He's been gone for so long. Has he come out of retirement from France? Has he stopped making wine? Is his vineyard doing well? These are the questions that I was telling Mike. I was like, and Mike was like, God damn, dude, you kind of know your shit. I was like, not really. I'm just kind of a nerd about it. It's like Patrick Stewart coming back, and I talked about like Patrick Stewart was in Logan, and Logan I fucking love fucking Logan. I'm a huge, huge Wolverine fan. My girl worked for AMC at the time, and I remember she snuck me in for like her people that worked there, they were like, Logan's coming out, so I saw the thing, and she was like, is there anything you want in the theater? Can we have to throw it out? And I wanted the Logan. It's huge fucking Logan, cardboard cutout, with him running. And all I wanted was that. And I'm like, oh my god, I don't want the huge. That can't fit in my room, but I want the letters, or I want like a poster or something. So she ended up getting the letters for me, sticking them in her car, and then I guess the girl, like, he has his daughter in the arm and they're running because the claws are out. And one people at Anna or Aunt, one of the girls had it, and she's like, she didn't know where to stick it. And my girl was like, do you want it? Do you want it? I was like, yeah, I want it. I never ended up getting it, so I don't know where the hell it is now. But I have the letters, and I have a poster of Logan. So it's like him with the claws out, just like in the, dusk and stuff like that, which is fucking badass. But I'm a huge Logan fan. But seeing Patrick Stewart and the Hugh Jackman do that movie together, and seeing Xavier like just dying and going Nova and just all this shit. But the way Patrick Stewart said, he said when I was on set with doing Logan, I would do CBDs or I would smoke weed. I would smoke a lot of weed because it helped me with my muscles and stuff like that. I was in so much fucking pain. If it wasn't for marijuana, I wouldn't be moving. I'd be in so much agonizing pain, but it helps out with my pain, muscles, and stuff like that. And stuff like that. And I thought that was cool that he was speaking very open about it, because it's CBDs and shit like that are really, really good for those who need it. But Michael didn't even know that. He was like, oh yeah, I was like, I don't know if Patrick's going to be on set on Star Trek smoking weed or whatever, like eating edibles or doing what he does, just sticking himself into the character. I mean, he's not a very physical job anymore, but he's, Patrick's hitting his 70s, and he's just like, man, he's like, I'm not a young man like I used to be anymore. But we'll see what Picard becomes, we'll see what happens with that, but I'm super stoked and excited. And Mike it blows his mind, because every time we talk about Star Trek, he keeps forgetting that I'm a fan, so, because I know that he had like a Star Trek shirt, he has the original Star Trek emblem and stuff like that, and he forgets that I watch Star Trek too, so, Star Trek, TNG is like my go-to. I always love the Borg are like my favorite villains. I always thought they were really cool, because they simulate, I loved always the armor. I was at a con, and they had my buddy Trent, invited me to one of the cons, and they had all of this Star Trek stuff, and I went over and I saw the display cases, and the one thing I saw were the Borg costumes, and I was like, oh my god, it's so cool. And there's some people walking around from other countries like dressed as Borg, so it's pretty cool to talk with them and see how they put their suits together and shit, and like how big fans they are. It doesn't matter what kind of fan you are, as long as you can understand it and love it, and you guys can all nerd out together. It's a brilliant experience for everybody, because everybody gets to smile and you get to enjoy their work, and people like when you stop them and go, hey man, that's pretty cool work. It's awesome like that. But yeah, I mean, that's pretty much the news for Patrick Stewart and my geekism for that. I'm super excited. I keep holding up firing up YouTube once in a while to like listen to some music and stuff like that. It's like, suggestion for you, Patrick Stewart gets emotional, blah blah blah, Star Trek, Khan, da da da. It's like, okay, cool. Like, I've already saw that. I already watched all of it. It was pretty cool. See him getting emotional, but it's a big role. It's this iconic role that he designed and he built. And if you watch the Gene Roddenberry, or watch the Captains too, because I think Shatner did a documentary called The Captains. Watch that, because Patrick Stewart, he interviews all the captains from all the enterprises and shit, and Patrick talks about his life and how he got into acting and shit like that, and his mom, his parents, and his father was an abusive person, and he donates to battered women's shelters and shit like that, which I didn't know. I didn't even know his life was like that, but he was super fucking cool, and I thought that it was pretty awesome to see what his life's kind of like, and what actors' lives are kind of like, with the roles and how they portray them and how they design them. You're given a script, but you need to design the character. You're told where to go down, but you're the one that eventually you build the character. But that's how it goes. Anyway, let me get chatting about my gaming. So, as you guys know, I've played Detroit Become Human, and fucking loved it. Gonna play it again. Just really, really loved it. I saw Mike and David about it, and they're gonna be playing it sooner or later. They're gonna wait for the price to go down a little bit. But the game that I've been mostly focused on is fucking God of War, man. Like, I went to work, and a buddy of mine was like, you need to start, do you have it? I was like, yeah, I got it. And he's like, dude, you need to finish up God of War so bad. Let me iterate something that it's kind of like, what the fuck? At the same time, it's like, okay, game developers are like, now getting bitched at for many multiple things. Is your UI good? Is your gameplay good? Is how many hours is it? Is there things to do? Have we invested enough money? Is there DLC? EA, is fighting that. The one game I really could not complete, and I really thought I would complete it. I probably will later on. I have it. I'm a huge Mass Effect fan. I got my fucking own N5 in my fucking arm with my Gears of War, I even showed it to Mark Muir, who does the voice of Commander Shepard, and he was like, wow, that's pretty much a commitment. I didn't put the N7, I put my N5, because I have all my shit's 5. I like 5, so I made my own, N5, because N7, N7 armor or shit like that. So, it's N5. But it just shows you how fucking a fan I am, and it's like, with God of War, it's like, you paid that $59.99, and it was just so fucking well worth it. It was just in my mind, too much fucking gameplay. Too much. Was it too much? Yeah, a bit too fucking much. Because you're like, okay, I want to unlock this. I want to get 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 this. But Sony Santa Monica really knew how to. And Michael, we were finishing up, I believe, Far Cry 5, and he never played a Far Cry game before in his life. So he's like, really haven't played Far Cry, but I keep hearing nothing but good things. And then he was playing it by himself, and he wasn't really enjoying it. And then I logged into his game, and he was like, oh wow, this is so much better. This is so much better. This is like everything I wanted it to be. Because you can play co-oply. And then Sony Santa Monica, that had so much, Far Cry had so much shit in it. We had to beat it super fast, because Michael's like, okay, God of War's coming out. He's like, I don't know if you're getting a copy, but I'm already getting a copy. I've already got it pre-ordered. Me and David already got it pre-ordered on our system, so we're going to get it. And I fired it up, man. Day one, I'm like, oh, this is a pretty cool cutscene. It wasn't a fucking cutscene. It was the opening menu. It was like, tap this button. Bang, 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 bang. You're chopping down a fucking tree. And you go put it in the boat. And the game was just so well put together. There was so much meat on the bone that I was just like, oh god, I want to explore. Oh god, I want to do that. It didn't force me in some areas. Detroit Become Human kind of forces. You felt rushed, but urgency. The urgency of okay, you have urgency to do this done. You can't really explore the game. It's open. Don't get me wrong, but there's urgency to you to get shit done. The girl's kind of getting cold, and you don't know if she's gonna fucking die because she's a human, and you don't know that. You don't know how much longer you got. What if I wait here for 5 more minutes? What's this character gonna do? It's insane. Let me text somebody back just really quick. Texting back somebody. Broadcasting. I'm sorry for the weirdness today. I'm just I'm having fun with you guys because I haven't done episode 40 in a while. Episode 41 now that this is, and you guys are like, what the fuck's he doing? Are you up for gaming? In an hour or so? Alright. Now I do that. But yeah, man, so much meat on the bone. There was so much stuff to do. There just need to be DLC. But the problem with God of War, I thought it was just holy shit, you spoilers. You finally get the blades back. You finally go through Kratos' life. You finally, there's a lot of things to do. There's a lot of side quests, a lot of meat on the bone, a lot of a lot of things to rank up. I'm glad that Sony Santa Monica learned a lot of shit from the previous God of Wars. Surprisingly, I told Mike, I said, I didn't see much nudity. There was barely any nudity in the game. And he was like, yeah, he's like, that's because, Kratos is kind of getting older, and he's got a kid now, and the wife's passed away, and shit like that. And I was like, man, they really focused. I always thought all the other God of Wars were like, they were great, don't get me, they were really fucking good. I mean, they were good. I mean, there were a lot of sex and just nudity. That was like Kratos' behind life. But this one, they really focused on story, gameplay, user interface. Like, everything was just super fucking polished. And the game really wanted you to explore in certain areas of like, okay, you want to go here, you want to go here. The level of detail and just the clarity of the game. And I was like, holy shit, man, this game was just so good. And then finding out, later with the kid and the son, oh my god, Atreus, I wanted to punch him in the fucking face a couple times. Just, who the hell do you think you are? Da 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 da. It's like, and everybody keeps telling Kratos, does he know you're a god? Does he know he's a god? Kratos was like, no, I'm going to hold that from him. And finally he has to tell him, boy, I am a god. You're a god. And he just loses his fucking mind. He's like, oh, I'm a god, I'm better than anybody. And the kid just loses his fuck. So even the character speaking and development of the character, and in the gameplay, like getting into like some of the fighter shit, Atreus being a little dick in some areas, you're just like, hate this, but I like this at the same time. I want to punch this fucking kid. And he's like, you don't know anything. You don't fucking know anything. It's like, dude, I'm the god of war. I am the god of war. And then he finally tells him, does he know what you really are? Does he know who you really are? And he tells him, you go in there's a sequence where it shows you killing fucking Zeus. And it's insanity. He kills, his father. And he says, I killed my father. So don't tell me what I don't know. And, don't tell me this. And it's like, he's telling Atreus, I'm the god of war. I am the god of fucking war. You have no idea what I've been down. I don't want you to turn into me. We are our own person. We don't need to be what they tell us we need to be. We're gods, but we can be our own gods. We don't have to relive the past. We don't have to relive, remake history to be, because they want us to do. We do what we do. We are who we want to be. And it's just like, wow, that's some pretty deep shit. So you get towards the end of the game, and you finally spread the ashes. You're just like, holy shit. The cool thing about the ending was, though, it didn't fucking just go to an ending. All the people came up, all the developers came up. It was a beautiful ending, and it was them talking, and then going back down the stairs and meeting, getting the head and stuff like that, talking, and all the people, directors and creditors and people who put the UI. And it was like, okay, now you can kind of go back and explore the game some more because there's so much meat on the goddamn bone. And a lot of game companies are like, how much meat can I put on the bone? I mean, most people want a 17-hour gameplay, just a gameplay alone. That doesn't include your side quests. That doesn't include, finding things to make the game easier for you. Updating your weapons, updating this, updating that. It's like, oh my god. But God of War, man, it will steal your soul. It literally will steal your soul if you're looking to get all the achievements, everything upgraded, doing all the side quests, getting all the weapons, getting all this gun and everything. I was just like, oh my goodness. But that game really fucking really did it. It was just, oh my god. I couldn't believe how well the studio did well, with that game. And I was like, when I was talking to Daniel and Mike, I was like, I don't want to feel rushed. I kind of want to get everything. They're kind of like, I hate to tell you this, but you kind of need to go through the story. You kind of just need to play the story, and everything will unlock for you. You'll unlock a lot of, the chests and stuff like that. Which is true. There's a lot of hidden Easter eggs around the game. There's a lot of sequential things you need to do to unlock experience. I thought the one cool side quest that I did do was we had to collect this dude's bones. And he's like, hey, if you collect these bones, I'm a dead spirit, you can speak with your wife again. He can speak with his mother again. And the dead spirit, so you go around, you finally find all the bones, around the area. And you're like, and Kratos is talking to Atreus, and he's like, what would you tell her? And he was like, I would tell Mom that we've been on all these cool quests, and we've done this, and we've done that, and we've done this, And what would you tell Mom? And he was like, I don't know, So Kratos kind of, kind of hits him. He's like, okay, you know, I'm a human. Still, I loved her. Atreus thinking he never loved, you know, the wife, but he's like, oh, you did love me. So you get there, you drop off the bones, and he's like, your wish is my command. And he kind of like fucks with you. He's like, arise, Mike, because he brought back the bones to the witch. He didn't even know it was a witch. I'll bring back. He's like, he's gonna honor your deal. Come to find out, these fucking witches characters pop up, and you gotta fucking kill them. It was a crazy thing, and you know, Kratos tells them after they kill him, you know, they kill all the fucking things they need to kill. He goes, well, we learned a lesson, you know, to be very wary. He said, will we do that again? He's like, well, we learned. I'm teaching you, you know, to, you know, be very wary or be cautious of your journeys, your travels. You know, there's some people that are good, some people that are bad. You know, it is what it is. But man, that game just stole my soul. The next game I'm going to be trying is Horizon Zero Dawn. I know, everybody's been telling me, oh my god, you got to play fucking Horizon Zero Dawn. So, PlayStation had it on the store for about $19.99. I went to Amazon, it was still like $40 on there, I don't know why. For the disc version, I tried finding the digital version, but I went on PlayStation, got the digital version, so I don't have to like put my disc in and window it down. It's kind of nice not getting it, but it's not nice when you need to re-download your games or whatever you need to do. Anyway, what was I gonna say? Yeah, anyway, I fired it up, and I'm just like, I'm like, oh my god, holy shit, this is really looking good. And Michael and David like, get ready for you to be pulled aside for quite a while. You're probably gonna love every minute of this, and so it'll be my beginning journey of that. In the coming weeks, we'll talk about that. And how much more minutes we have in the podcast? Whew, yeah, I'm gonna probably cut this podcast kind of short for you guys. But I'll be talking about that game. I'm gonna be talking about getting some friends on the podcast. Me and Marie still need to set up our next podcast. He's been so busy with the kids and stuff like that, and he's all the way in the Netherlands. So we're trying to get Terminator 2, No Fate Part 2 done. We're just trying to get everybody together. Also trying to get Mom on the podcast. She's been kind of busy with her styles and stuff like that. She wants to sit down and talk a little bit. Also, a friend of mine, Ben Patton, will be on hopefully sometime shortly. I'm going to be having my friends on to talk about some gaming stuff and some nerdy stuff with some ladies. Because girls like to game too, why not? Have some awesome people on, we can nerd out and giggle out and stuff like that. And, yeah, I'm going to try to keep these going as much as I can. I know I'm, paying for a monthly subscription with Libsyn is not a bad idea if you're into podcasting. And I'm trying to teach a friend with that because he's like, he likes to pay for everything free. And I'm glad I went to Libsyn because it goes out to all the areas. But I want to give you guys quality podcasting too. I don't want to give you shit. But it is what it is. I do my best that I can do. But yeah, it's just been a while. I'm going to try to get these up every week. Just, do my thing. And I'm sorry this one was a rambler, but it was fun. It was my gaming one. I am looking into a new pair of headphones too. I don't know what I want to get next. I really don't. It's so fucking hard when you go into like Amazon or Best Buy and you're like, I want a pair of good gaming headphones. Well, which one do you want? Do you want Turtle Beach? Do you want Astros? Do you want, And I got a pair of good Turtles, but the problem is they hurt my glass as I push in here. So if anybody has a good suggestion of what I kind of should use or nothing overly expensive, I need it to be wireless, but I do have Turtle Beach has a connector to it. But I'm looking for more comfortable headphones to wear when I'm gaming and stuff like that. My friends, obviously. But if anybody has a suggestion, my budget's around probably about $100 or $100 to $90. I mean, I don't want to go to overly expensive. But the ones I got now are like $90. They were like $200 headphones, but I still love them. I think I might just do padding on them or something like that. That might actually help my thing here. Turtle Beach seems to be going down a drain now with the way the product's built, though, because the cheap plastic actually cracked a little bit, and I had to still really glue some plastic and get them back together. But they work great. I mean, they're great headphones. Anyway, I'm going to sign off. I'm going to edit this podcast, get it up, strive for the rambling. But if you guys want me to talk about some gaming news, or you just want to hop in for a gaming chat, feel free to drop in. Leave me a comment on the YouTube page, or hit us up at openmindindustries@gmail.com, or hit up our site. And also, we have a GoFundMe going on, because I'm trying to get new computers. If you guys hit our GoFundMe up, it's on our Facebook page. Feel free to donate. What I'm doing for that is I'm pretty much offering my 3D printing services. If you donate, a certain amount, it helps covers the build time. I do put a little trinkets in there because build time and stuff like that takes a little bit longer than usual, but I'm willing to give a bit of a discount to help out with your work and stuff like that. You're a cosplayer or something like that, and you got models that you need built. I'm willing to get them printed for you and get them done and out your door for you. And hopefully get some new clients, because I do have a client that's been talking with me now. He wants to get some RC car stuff printed out, so pretty cool to be talking with people and getting back into this. Or just leave us a voicemail. Our number's all online, stuff like that. Anyway, guys, thank you so much. I will be on later this week. I'm going to try to get these done weekly. It just takes a lot of fucking time editing and putting these through. But just me kind of being lazy because I really have nothing better to talk about. But podcasting doesn't have to be about anything. I listened to a guy talk about couponing the other day. Pretty funny. Anyway, guys, have an awesome one. Keep an open mind. Have a great week. I'll talk to you later this week. Have a good one.